I'm gonna look it up. How long has Subaru been pandering to the gays? Been
When you say
advertised.
pandering, I'm imagining like a little mouse with a little dish asking for coins. Please, son, I'm starving, I'm starving. Give me some cheese.
Where are the quiet gays? Where are the quiet gays supposed to go?
My table that I put my computer on only has three legs and it almost just fell. So I had to like jimmy rig a fourth leg. It's fine. It's the whole thing.
Where's the fourth leg?
It's there. It's there. It's just like not connected. And then I was trying to move it, but I was moving it like away from where the leg that's attached is. So it like came off and it started to fall and I had to catch it, but I dumped water over. It's fine. I'm just gonna like put a extra screw in it or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah. We could all use an
Oh,
extra screw.
yeah. That's the cutest mug. I feel
It's
like
the
I say
one,
that every time.
yeah, it's the one that my cousin got for me because she said it looks like me.
You do look like that. That's funny. Oh my gosh, you should be a giraffe for Halloween.
I should. I
Wait,
really have been starting to contemplate what I should be for Halloween.
I didn't realize until literally just the second how close Halloween is.
Yeah, this is something I think about year round.
Same.
It feels like such a big thing because it only is one day of the year.
I know. I really love like a group costume or like a costume you do with other people. I think is so fun.
Yeah.
Like I want to do
Like
like
last
Powerpuff
year,
Girls or something.
oh, that's cute. Like last year, my friend Shannon and I, we were astronaut and alien.
That's
And
cute.
yeah, we went out in Portland and it was so fun. It was so fun.
Yeah. I don't know what I want to be this year. We'll have to figure that out. I'll have to figure that out. Part of me wants to be like something really silly, like a banana or like that route, like the inflatable hot dogs. Freaking Ava, was it? No, it was third grade. She was that inflatable T-Rex
Hmm.
and she wore it to school and she was gigantic because it's like 5 feet tall and like full of air. It has like its
Yeah.
own little air thing in it. And the pictures are so funny because she's just standing there so happy in her T Rex costume. I was like, you are the coolest person to ever exist, Ava.
I still remember one of my best friends in grade school in like second or third grade was a sumo wrestler. It had
Oh,
the same thing, like the fan with the air. And
yes.
yeah, she was like huge.
Yeah, that's exactly what Ava was. And then Kennedy's like, a princess.
Yeah, see, oh my gosh, all of my family Halloween pictures from when we were kids, it's like my sister is a princess and I am a trash can, or I am a witch, but like my mom put my eyelashes on, so they're like way
Up
up on my
high.
eyelid and like half hanging off.
I can't remember my Halloween costumes growing up, but I can remember one, and I can remember one of my sisters because both of them were like really problematic because my sister was Pocahontas, which was a cool ass costume because it was like leather, like lightish gray leather with like the beads on
Leather?
the not leather. I don't know how to like explain it. Maybe like a pleather. I don't. It was so soft, like suede. Maybe it was suede,
Okay, okay,
but
I
like
see
it
what you're
felt
saying.
like more
Like
plasticky
hide.
than yeah. But it felt more like plasticky. I mean, it probably didn't
Yeah.
cost that much. But anyway, she was Pocahontas. And then my grandma made me a pilgrim costume one year. So I was a pilgrim and it was just like this like brown bag, but it was made of like the heaviest, hottest material on planet Earth, which is like wool or something. And it was like 90 degrees that Halloween, and it was the worst.
See, we had different like Halloween temperature experiences because I always was forced to wear a winter coat underneath my Halloween costume because it was like snowing. And so I wanted to be like cute. Like one year I was an Arctic princess and
Oh,
I
cute.
wanted
Oh no, but
I wanted to be cute and then my mom made me put a winter coat on underneath it. So I was like a stuffed sausage underneath that thing.
that's really funny.
Or like one year I wanted to be a tree and my mom was trying to home make a tree. My poor mom was trying to home make me all these like crazy costumes. I wanted to be a vacuum and she's like, absolutely not. I do not know how to do that.
Well,
okay. Welcome everybody to the Lesbian Book Club podcast. Today we are going to be talking about the L Word Season 1 Episode 6, Lawfully, and wow, do we have some drama for you today. This is your co-host Haylie, and I'm here with Lauren, and we're so excited because we've been waiting, I have at least, for Jenny's actions to catch up with her.
this was the episode I've been waiting for you. I was like, oh my God. What's funny about it is I actually accidentally started episode 7 and it's like the fallout, right?
Probably because I had already watched episode 6 on your account.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, so it was you already saw it.
I was like, did I accidentally watch this? Like, did I leave the TV? That's so funny. So I was like watching like the first 4 minutes and I was like, wait, but I didn't see Tim walk in on Marina and Jenny. That's one of my favorite scenes of all time. And I looked at, I had to go to our podcast and look what our last episode was. And I was like, oh, okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And this also has one of my really cute storylines that I like, which is the Dana Laura, their first little like tiff encounter that happens. So I definitely want to talk about that too. But yes. Yeah. Okay. So tell me your thoughts. What happened? Like, tell me your thoughts on this whole situation.
Okay. Well, basically, I was so mad at Jenny because she got caught. Like, she got caught and then she tried to manipulate Tim into being like, no, this is the only time. She just like straight up lied out of her ass.
Yeah, but like, what else are you gonna do if you're like want to say? I'm not saying what Jenny did was right, but I'm also saying like, I feel like that's what everyone who cheats does, and like not that you can't fault them because there's fault all over her face, but I mean, if you're gonna try and save the relationship, you would want to be like, no, it was the only time.
I don't know. I just think she should have been like, yeah, man, I got
more
caught.
Honest.
Yeah, she should have been honest. She should have.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like point blank asking her what happened here.
Well, and he's point blank asking her after he almost like assaulted her in front of everyone.
I don't even.
So like I don't know. I'm not saying he assaulted her, but he was like. Tim was kind of aggressive and violent in this episode, even with Marina when he confronts her.
Well, I don't know about that because also Jenny was like coming and like getting on top of him and trying to like drag him back. Like I kind of felt like what he was doing was kind of like a get off of me thing.
No, but he grabbed her from behind, was trying to rip the ring off her finger. Because he was saying, give me my ring back. And she's like, no, I'm not going to give it to you. And so he, like, that's when he puts his hands on her. Like, yeah, him shoving her back, like, that's like when she was like running up. That's fine. Like, come on, don't get in someone's space like that. You deserve to be pushed back. Like, I'm not going to get up. But when you're going to try and rip a ring off her finger, like, especially, and even the assistant coach was like, do not do this. Like, do not hit her, in front of me, or we are going to have a problem. So, and then he just like, and I get that like adrenaline's high, but like men and women, but men we typically see it from, need to learn how to control their emotions. Because even when he goes to confront Marina, he's like so aggressive about it and like kind of confronts her the way you would think a man would confront a man in this situation, like up in her face, like very much using his body as like very aggressively, in my opinion. So like, no, he didn't act great under the circumstances, but like, yeah, it's really shit circumstances.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. I still think Jenny should have been honest.
Yeah, she could have gone the route of like, I'm really confused. Right now where I'm at, you're still who I really want. I'm sorry. But I don't know if that would have, I mean, nothing's going to work, obviously. Her route didn't work. I can't believe though, Marina backed Jenny's story and they hadn't even talked about it.
I know.
That was crazy.
I know. Well, I feel like she just knew Jenny was not going to tell the truth.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Like I think and I also think it could have been too like Jenny looked scared in that during that confrontation, like standing behind Tim. She's being forced to say something. Again, this is like aggressive, terrible behavior. Like he's literally like, tell her, say it. Tell her you're never gonna see her again. You know what I mean? Like that's gross. I get it, but it's gross. And I don't know. It seemed very protective of Marina to be like, that was the only time, like, don't get mad at her type thing, you know? So, anyway.
That's true.
And then what do you think about their decision after that?
I think this was so wild. Okay. This was a decision born out of pure insecurity.
Oh, and fear. Yeah.
Yeah. So they go and they get married. It's like they don't go to Vegas, but it's like a Vegas wedding, right? So they just, it's like this hotel wedding situation. And she's like, oh, wasn't the minister great? And he's like, why? Because she's a woman? And she's like, no.
She's like, no. And she's like 60. I thought that was so funny. I wrote that down too.
But like, there is no reason that they would get married right then other than to be like, okay, well, now this is sealed and like you can't run away from me. You can't.
Exactly.
You know, and that's on both of their parts. That's Jetty being like, no, please, please, please don't run away because I messed up. Like, let's get married right now. And that's also Tim being like, okay, well, let's get married right now because then you can't like decide to go be with a woman.
Exactly. It's so true.
And just not setting them up for a successful, loving future together because you should only get married if it's born out of a solid foundation and love. And that's not what happened here. And man, whew, it falls apart so fast.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
literally the next
time.
Yep.
But also in the hotel room, like right when they get checked in, and Jenny has no emotional intelligence, like literally zero, because
she thinks it's going to be fine.
Yeah, her solution to everything, like her only way of problem solving is sex.
Yeah.
She is.
We've seen that the whole time.
Yeah. She is incapable of sitting in a hard feeling and being uncomfortable and having a hard conversation and feeling guilty and understanding like why someone's hurt and you know, like having to reckon with that and really address what the real problem is. And instead her go-to is always like, oh, sex, that'll make it better. And so that's what she does here. She goes straight to sex with Tim and is not like at first being able to read that that's not what Tim wants. And Tim is like, can you go take a shower? Because the last thing that's happened is he just walked in on Marina eating her out. And so he can't have sex with her without knowing that like, oh, there was just somebody else here.
That, yes, exactly. But then I was thinking about it even further. And remember, like, not the opening scene, because we'll have to talk about that. But like the next scene is them like in the bathroom that morning. And they're like all in love and giddy. And he like picks her up like a marriage pickup and walks her out of the bathroom. You know how like the guy picks the girl up and walks through the front door or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, did they have sex that morning? And then Jenny and Marina fucked And then they're at night and he's like, can you like take a shower? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that actually happened, but it seemed like he picked her up and they like left the bathroom. It seemed like maybe that could have happened, but ah. And then I was thinking about it too, like, okay, so after the shower, they're laying in bed and she's like trying to get him hard. And I felt like he was purposely like not like he didn't look at her. He was like, I'm going to focus on not getting hard because I'm not going to let her do this. And I'm like, you guys, why are you married? Why did you do this? We pretty much just did their whole storyline, but let's the last part of their little storyline where Tim gets pulled over by that cop. I think we have to talk about that part, but in order to talk about that part, we have to go back to the opening scene, which is 1976 in WeHo. And it's like this cop in the bathroom and like it's obviously like at a gay diner, gay bar, somewhere that it's like known for gay people to hang out because the whole crowd is very, very queer. And it's this cop in this bathroom. He's not in cop clothes. He's like quote unquote undercover probably. And he like forces a gay guy in the bathroom to give him a blowjob, probably with like, I'm going to arrest you if you don't. And then the guy does it and then he arrests him anyway. And then we cut to like our main characters, right?
Yeah. When he like humiliates the guy in front of everyone, like his head is hanging, he calls him out, like yells his name and like calls him a slur in front of the entire bar. And it was like clearly forceful. Like he pushed his head.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It was not a consensual thing at all. And then so we're kind of like, okay, that's like a terrible scene. We like know that they do these weird scenes at the beginning and they connect later on. But Tim leaves Jenny in the morning with a note that's like rolled up and his ring is around it. Like he's like leaving. And then he gets pulled over by this cop because he's like speeding, which I think is such a red flag in anyone when they're mad if they speed. Because I'm like, that's so aggressive. I hate aggression in any form. If you haven't picked up on that, I hate it. But he gets pulled over by this cop and it's that same cop. And this cop is obviously closeted and like obviously a gay man. And I feel like he turns every single encounter into something about homosexuality. Because with Tim, he was like, Tim like opens up to him and is like, oh, I got married and my wife just cheated on me. And oh, by the way, it was with a woman. And the cop's like, that's why these homosexuals are so dangerous, because when you have two people who have the same equipment and they both know how to treat it, how do you compete with that? And it's like, sir, are you just telling on yourself here? Like, it's repression to like the nth degree. What did you think about that scene?
It was scary. What was really scary about this to me, because I mean, there are people like that cop in the world, and like they are gonna be how they're gonna be, and they're gonna like spread hateful stuff that makes no sense, and they're going to commit hate crimes and make people's lives scary and dangerous and miserable.
Yeah.
But what was like, that is the fact of life. Yeah. And it's horrible, but like that is known.
Right.
What was like extra scary to me was Tim in this scene, and the way that Tim, this normal guy who has friends and neighbors who he associates with and hangs out with who are gay, who didn't argue, didn't say anything, who sort of like let himself be like, yeah, you have a point here, and then benefited off of the hate that this guy had for gay people, and also like looked kind of fueled by it himself because of like his situation with Jenny currently, but like even with his very specific situation that should not extend to this broad general statement that this cop is making.
Yeah.
That's what scared me, because that is how these like really niche, crazy takes that have no place in the world just start to spread and become more commonplace. And like we watched it happen right there, and that was what I really was like, ooh.
Yeah,
and you're made me wonder, like, okay, well, how's Tim gonna treat these people going forward?
You're absolutely right. I didn't even read the situation like that. And now that you say it, I'm like, oh yeah, like that is actually what happened. I literally thought Tim was like scared. Maybe I'm thinking about it from my perspective as like a woman in that situation, because I would be scared. I wouldn't have said anything. If that's what this cop who's like domineering and huge and standing over me is saying, I'm not going to be like, well, actually, you know what I mean? But Tim is like on the same level as this guy, like straight white dude, all the power in the world. Yeah, he could have said something, but also you're right. I think it did like fuel him. I don't think he wanted to say anything.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Ugh, just icky all around.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Jenny wakes up the next day, finds the ring, finds the note, and is like devastated. And now she has to go back home where she lives with Tim. Tim's giving her a place to stay. Like, there's a lot that happens.
Ooh, I
from
didn't even
here.
think about that.
I know. Okay, who should we talk about next? I want to kind of save Bette and Tina and that storyline for the end. So should we talk about Shane and Alice and Lenore?
Yeah.
Lenore, who is Alice's mom, sees Alice's chart and writes her name on the chart and then connects it to Shane. And Alice is like, Mom, you can't just write your name. That's not like how it works. What are you doing? And she's like, I understand your little chart, honey. That's why I put my name on it. And I think that was my best impression I've ever done of someone. And she's like, Alice is like, okay, rewind. What the fuck are you talking about? And she's like, Shane and I kissed, and it was intimate and romantic. And I'm thinking Lenore made this up. Like, was that what you were thinking?
No, I was like, oh, 100% this happened. But but then I was also thinking like, okay, but does she understand that this is for hookups, not kissing?
Right, exactly. She did not. It was like, she's like, I'm so cool. Look at me. I'm in West Hollywood kissing women. And they came on to me. Like she's like one of those people that anything that makes like her flattered.
Yep.
There's no morals. It's like just there's no right wrong. It's like, does this make me look good to other people?
Right.
Yeah.
Alice is appalled.
Horrified.
Which I would be too. Oh my God. Like if my mom came in and was like, yeah, I made out with your best friend last night, I'd be like,
be like, Lauren.
I would be so upset.
I know. I don't know if I would like be friends with that person anymore. I'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Tell me in detail what the hell happened and how we got to this place.
Seriously. Like there's no excuse in my mind for how this could happen. And Alice is so much nicer than that, because Alice is like, okay, I am not happy about this, but like,
well, Alice knows her mom
and Shane.
And she's like, actually, I can see how this happened.
Yeah. She's like, I know the people that I choose to have in my life. Like, okay, sure.
I guess we'll just roll with this.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen again, though, right, Shane?
Yeah. And Shane is so funny. The way that Alice handles her mom at the end is so funny because she's like, she ends up kind of, stroking her mom's ego a little bit because she
I
knows
know. That was cute.
Yeah, she knows that for Shane, it was like okay, whatever. Like, this woman wants me to kiss her. Like,
This
I'll kiss
woman
her,
needs,
whatever.
this woman needs that ego
Yeah.
boost.
Yeah, and for Shane, it was like okay, this is my third kiss of the day, whatever. But for Lenore, this is a huge deal.
This is like a life-changing, monumental moment for her.
Yeah, and so Alice kind of strokes her mom's ego and is like, oh yeah, mom, like, I'll tell Shane that it's over, like, don't worry. And because
That's cute.
Yeah, and makes it to her mom like it's a big deal for Shane. And,
right. She'll be sad.
Mm-hmm. Which I was like, oh, Alice, you're all right.
You're good. Alice really is like a sweet, kind person.
Yeah, I like her. I would have Alice as a friend.
You do. I'm right here. Don't choke on your water. No. It's funny. Who was I talking to? Oh, Brent. I'm pretty sure she's fine with me mentioning her. She's rewatching The L Word and she's like, I'm gonna listen to your episodes. But it was so funny because I lost my train of thought just now. What was she telling me about it? Oh, we were talking about Tina. Because you remember I was telling you there's like kind of a lot of Tina hate, but on the rewatch, I'm like, oh wait, no, Tina's like actually a good person.
Mm-hmm.
Brent is like realizing that too. And I'm like, I want to deep dive. I want to do like a lesbian poll to be like, what did we think of Tina first time we watched it? And then like going back now and watching it as like more like older adults being like, oh, Tina and Alice are like the good people. We were all obsessed with like Bette and Shane, like the two most toxic characters.
Mm-hmm.
When like we had two really cute characters like the whole time who were good people. So it's really interesting to me to watch this literally as like all 32. And I watched this for the first time when I was 15. So yeah, it's crazy. So anyway, that was just a funny thing that came up when we went out the night before. It was funny.
Oh, that's comforting too, that like just as a normal human being in the conscious of the world, like if somebody doesn't like you now, maybe in 17 years they'll like you.
or maybe hold on, let me get this right in my head. Like maybe what people think of you at the time says more about them than it does about you. Like, I think it says more about our culture and our society that we didn't like Tina and Alice. Like, why didn't we like them? Why did we find them so annoying? But we were totally okay with Bette and Shane's behaviors.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And trust me, you haven't even seen Bette yet. You don't even know what she does. You don't even know. Oh my God. So it's terrible. But
yeah, that's what I was trying to say, but I didn't say it as nice.
Yeah, you did good. You and I switch back and forth from being like mini villainous over here. Okay, so let's talk about Shane a little bit because Shane, we learn a lot about Shane in this episode. What did you learn about Shane?
Okay, was Shane a sex worker?
Yes, she was.
Okay, so yes, we find this out because Shane's friend shows up and is like, Shane, I really need a place to stay, please. And Shane's like, I just can't. I'm literally sharing a bedroom with 4 people.
Right.
And which we didn't know that before. We did not know anything about Shane's living conditions, like her past, nothing. And
she's a struggling hairdresser in West Hollywood with a sordid past, which we'll find out more about.
Yeah. So this friend, we don't really know anything about either. And we're like, okay, until Shane is in the cafe and there's these men who are just staring at her. And she's like, oh, they think I'm a guy. And someone's like, go over there. And she's like, absolutely not. I'm not like doing that.
Yeah.
And then her friend comes over and like she finds out that basically her friend is involved with these guys. He's staying with one of them. And she's like, oh my gosh, you cannot stay with it. Like, you know what the price is. And
Right.
he's like, I don't have a choice. Like, where am I supposed to go? And she's like,
Yep.
okay, you can stay with me for a week. And you can tell like how, you know, she's been in that situation before and how big of a deal like how actually horrible it must be to stay with this man.
Right.
That she is offering him to come stay for a week in her bedroom that already has her and four other people living in it. And so we find out she used to be a sex worker, and also she gets like sort of offered to go back into it, and she's like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. And I'll just like spoil like a tiny bit, is there was a lot of like drugs involved. It's a very like drug fueled environment. And I think that was probably why she was like, you can stay with me. Not because like, I think it was like a layered thing. I think it was like, yeah, you don't want to go there because it's going to get you back into drugs. It's going to, you know, be terrible. You know what the price is, and that's the price. And Shane doesn't want anything to do with that, especially the drug aspect, you know? So yes, we learn about Shane, a little bit of her past. And yeah, it was funny because when I started episode 7, they're talking about how this like mafia guy wants to introduce Shane to this woman, Sherry Jaffe, to do her hair. Because and then we learned that Shane also did Pink's faux hawk for her Bitter Pill music video, which I thought was so funny. And that the mafia guy like loved it, blah, blah, blah. And so, yeah, it was just so interesting. Like, we'll see Shane have to figure out like career versus lifestyle things that she doesn't agree with. It's a whole storyline. And I'm excited to like, I'm glad that they did this early in the seasons to like, not humanize her, but it does in a sense give you more of like an emotional connection to Shane of like, oh, she's not just like a playboy gay, you know? She's more multidimensional than that. Yeah. What else is there with Shane this episode? I know, I'm like, where's my notes?
I think that was it.
Yeah. So we'll see more of that in the next episode for sure. And we will meet Sherry Jaffe, which I'm very excited for you to meet her because I love her. I love her. And you will recognize the actress. I won't tell you who it is.
Okay.
She's very, very, very famous. And for her to do this role, no. But could you imagine? You know, the rumor is Jennifer Aniston is gay, but they're all gay. So to me, yeah, she hangs out in like the lesbian actress friend group. Sarah Paulson, Sandra Bullock, like all.
Sandra Bullock?
Yeah, girl. Why do you think I was obsessed with her when I was like 5? Yeah. I'll tell you more. I'll tell you more about it. You got to listen to Beyond the Blinds. Oh my God. You have to listen to them.
Okay.
I'm going to, and subscribe to their Patreon. It's so good. But yeah, Sandra Bullock's gay. They're all gay. Jennifer Aniston, a little bit. Although a lot of Jennifer Aniston's blinds are like, she's just high all the time. She loves weed. But no, it's not Jennifer Aniston. It's, should I tell you, or do you want to be surprised?
I want to be surprised.
Oh man, wrong answer.
Because then next episode you can be so excited for me to
Okay, fine. I hope you know who this is. Now I'm like, you're not even going to know who this is, but you have to know who this is. She's huge. Okay, well, we'll save that for next episode. Okay, so let's talk Laura and Dana because they're so cute. I am obsessed with them. They have such a good story. Dana has probably some of the best storylines on the L Word. Like long-lasting ones, overarching ones. They're just so good. So let's talk about it. Tell me what happened.
Well, first of all, Dana is seen out in public. She's like at her tennis practice and Laura's there and they're like kissing and they kiss in front of her agent. And by the way, her agent is like such an asshole about
Her agent
Laura.
sucks. Her agent fucking sucks. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like a little I'm really uncomfy about PDA. And I was crawling in my skin when Laura was like, when they're trying to have a conversation, like the agent and Dana, and Laura's like completely just like macking on Dana and taking her to the side. And I'm like,
and she's like,
finish the conversation. Oh my God.
And she's like, you look so good. I want to fuck you right now.
Yeah. I was like,
the thing is
I'm actually starting to drip sweat thinking about it.
I'm like, someone say that to me in public. I would love that.
Oh,
I'd be like, I am down. Go.
Oh, I hate it so much.
And the thing is, I feel like they're comfortable doing that because the agent knows that she's gay. Like her agent, like knows. So
yeah, but like you know that I'm gay, and I would hate if someone said that in front of you.
I wouldn't care. I'd be like, cute. I love. Yeah, and then so there's the agent's like, there's this party for Subaru, and it's tonight, and it's gonna be like really cool, really fun, blah blah blah. And Laura's like excited about it, which is so sweet. And she leaves, and the agent goes, "So you're gonna bring Harrison?" He doesn't like ask her. He's just like, "You're bringing Harrison because it's like consistent and what they want to see." And I was like, Subaru, Subaru. Okay. Because he says something too later. What does he say? He says, "Out and Proud doesn't sell cars." Harrison says that. And I was like, but it's Subaru. That's their whole thing. And it has been for decades. Like these men are so stupid. Yeah. Let me see. I'm going to look it up. How long has Subaru been pandering to the gays? Been advertised.
Pandering, I'm imagining like a little mouse with a little dish asking for coins. Please, son, I'm starving. Give me some cheese.
Okay, so Google AI says Subaru has been advertising to the lesbian community since 1995. And some say it's been a decades-long relationship. The company's interest began when research showed that lesbians were 4 times more likely to buy Subarus than heterosexual people, and that many Subaru owners in a shopping mall hotspot identified as lesbians. Subaru's ad agency created clever ads that aimed to stand out and gain favor with the gay community. By 1996, Subaru ads were appearing in both gay publications and mainstream media. So yes, they're like clearly have been gay since the early 90s, which good for them.
What are these gay publications? We should do an episode on gay publications.
Probably like GLAAD, like the magazine's Out magazine. They published Ellen's. Is it Ellen's like I'm Out in 97, I think. Yeah, there's like really big like gay newspapers. Gay Times. That's an Instagram I follow. I'm pretty sure they're a publication as well. Watch, they're not.
I think we should do an episode where we find like old gay magazines.
That's an incredible idea. Yes, I'm so in. We should do that next. I gotta still read our next book. I bought it on Audible.
I am like a quarter or a third of the way through it. It's
okay. I could catch you.
Which, by the way, guys, we're reading Cleat Cute. A much anticipated reads. I get reading. Okay.
Yes, because we needed a fucking break from trauma. We did literally Love Lies Bleeding and Stone Butch Blues back to back. Like if someone just like hopped into our podcast right then, I'm so sorry. Like we are like silly, goofy, funny, but that was a lot. So yes, we're back to our favorite route, which is lesbian soccer books.
Yeah. Kick, dribble, score. Woohoo.
Is it like tweeny? Is it like kind of like young?
I mean, if you're a tween, you could read it, but
Oh,
it
really?
doesn't feel
What's
like
the like spicy level?
there is spice.
Okay, so it's not like
There is
12-year-olds.
definitely spice.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
actually I take it back. If I was the mother to a 12-year-old, I might say, maybe wait a little
Okay.
bit.
No, that's good because I feel like there are books that are, which I think is so great. There are books that are aimed more towards like tweens that have like lesbian representation. I think that's important and cute.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's get back to it though. So read Cleat Cute, guys, but right now, L word. So Harrison and Dana are getting ready to go out, and Dana looks incredible. I'm sorry, I love the early 2000s like party fashion. It's like this pink, like not sparkly, but shiny dress. You should be that for Halloween.
That's what I was just thinking.
Exactly. And your girlfriend should be Harrison.
Can you imagine how funny that would be?
Everyone would know who you were. Oh my gosh. Yes. We should do an L word. Our friend group, we should do L word. Who can I be? Because I don't have blonde hair, so I can't be Tina or Alice. Who can I be? Okay. So glad we figured out your Halloween costume. And yeah, I loved it. And like the hair. So, and then Laura comes in and she like knocks on the door and Dana's like, it's open. I'm like, who are you expecting that you're just like letting them in? And Laura comes in with like her dresses and she's like, you look so beautiful. And then she sees Harrison and she's like, oh, like I feel so stupid that I assumed I was going with you. And I just felt so bad for Laura because I was like, no, baby, like, don't feel stupid. That was totally okay. Like, you were talking about going at the tennis practice and Dana didn't say anything. So it was like an approval. And then Laura's like walking out and she goes, Dana's like, I'm sorry. Like, I should have called you. And Laura just goes, yeah, that would have been nice. It's so sad. But what I really want to talk about is when Dana goes over to her apartment, to Laura's apartment to like apologize. And Laura has like my dream room separator thing. It's those beads that like hang down. I wanted those so bad as a kid. I was like, that is like elite level design. And they make the like clinky sound when you walk through them.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted it so bad.
Yeah, this girl Charlotte had those.
See, you know those girls.
School.
Yeah. I'm serious. I was like, you know what? I'm a grown up. I could do whatever I want. Those are going to go in my hallway. I'm going to do it.
You can have whatever you want. I was
really
thinking about this yesterday when I saw these lampshades and I was like, you know what? I don't have overhead lighting, so I'm going to put it in my girlfriend's bedroom.
Oh my God, cute. Buy the lampshades. Get the bead curtains, guys. Do whatever you fucking want. Okay? That's our message. Okay. We're silly today. Okay, continue with the Lara saga.
Well, so then they're like, oh, I'm so sorry. Everything's just good. I love you, blah, blah, blah. That's it.
I know it isn't really, but they're so cute. Hold on, I want to get to my note. Okay, so I said they're so cute. And literally that's in my notes like 14 times. But Dana's like, I always mess things up and you make me so happy. And I'm like, literally their problems are so small. Like they're in this little bubble of like, they're both just so sweet. They don't have like a ton of exterior influence to like fuck them up. Neither one of these girls is going to cheat. Like they're just like sweetie pies in love. And I love that for them. So yeah, they're fine. Oh, but Lara does kind of give not an ultimatum to Dana, but is saying, you Nothing.
Why are you laughing?
No reason. But she
Oh,
says
I
you
know why you're
have.
laughing.
I'm not talking about it. She says you have to take some steps towards being out. You're going to be miserable being in the closet, and you really are really gay. You're hiding the best part. I think so many women need it. Oh, and then I said, I think so many women needed to hear that. But also, maybe I'm Laura. I think I'm Laura, guys. I think it's never been like, oh yeah, I'm Alice. Oh yeah, I'm Tina. But you know what? I could be Laura, and I would be happy with that. She's so kind, so patient. But yeah, she does tell Dana, like, listen, I can't do this and you need to be out more. And Dana's like, okay, I'll do it. Now let's see if she does.
Yeah, I was thinking, okay, how's Dana gonna react to that? Because I don't know, maybe that throws him for a loop.
Yeah. We shall see. I think I'm excited for you to see this storyline. Because like I told you, it's good. Dana's like literally one of the heartbeats of the show. She's a character you can't not like. And I'm really glad. Like every other one of them does things that you're like, wow, like I don't know if I can stand by this character anymore, except for Dana. Dana's just Dana. So I really hope nothing gets spoiled for you during our walkthrough. Because there's one thing that happens that if it gets spoiled for you, and everybody who's seen it knows what I'm talking about, would be really sad. So no one spoil anything for Haylie or I'll punch you.
Yeah. I've been purposely staying off the internet because I don't want anyone to tell me anything.
Okay, we got to go through these faster, apparently. You can't stay off the internet for the next 2 years.
LOL.
Yeah, seriously. Okay, now, this is probably going to be like our longest little segment. Let's talk about Bette and Tina and everything that goes on here. Because there's a lot. Bette, Tina / Kit. Because Kit's very important in this. And can I just say, Bette fucking sucks.
Yeah. Once again, I was like, Bette, actually, what the hell?
Bette sucks.
Like,
and I'm saying that, Lauren, I'm saying Bette sucks. I still think she's hot, but she sucks.
Mm-hmm. She is not nice to Tina. And guess what, girl? If you're in love with someone and you're in a relationship and you're gonna have a baby with them, you gotta be nice to them. Like that's rule number fucking 1. Get with the program.
Yeah, Bette is so selfish, doesn't take into consideration Tina's feelings, the way she's actually physically feeling being pregnant. She's like, Tina's taking a nap. And let me tell you, first trimester, all you want to do is sleep. You're either sick and throwing up or you're dead fucking tired. And like Tina tries on a million outfits because they're going to go and meet Bette's dad. Tina's met Bette's dad. They've been, I think, together for like 7 years at this point. But her dad is very not accepting, kind of like a, oh, this is your friend. I'm not going to acknowledge that you guys sleep together, you know? Mm-hmm. And she like tries on all these outfits, finally finds one that she's like, this is great. And takes a nap, and Bette comes in and is like, Tina, like, get up. We have to go in half an hour. You're not seriously going to wear that, are you? Take the tag off the present. Like,
Also, Bette bought a $300 tie for her dad as like a random gift without consulting Tina.
I know. Now I feel like Bette makes a lot of money, but the way Tina reacted was like, that is expensive, which it is expensive. And $300 in like 2000, that's like $700 now. That's crazy.
It's just like,
and it's Chanel.
Like that, yeah, for an expense like that, that's something that you bring up to your partner.
Hey, I want to buy a gift.
Yeah, especially if it's not like Christmas or a birthday. It's just like a random, you're getting dinner.
Yeah. I don't think her dad like comes around a lot. Like I don't think he lives in town, it seems like. So maybe it was like they hadn't seen him in a couple of years. So then I could like understand. But also like, yeah, that was, judging by Tina's reaction, she was kind of like miffed about it.
But yeah, it just, what that says to her is like,
You don't care what I think.
yeah, I don't care what you think. Your input about this is not important to me.
Well, and it's not.
No.
Like, that makes it very clear that what Tina thinks and feels regarding this situation doesn't matter. And Tina is okay. Well, let's keep going because there's so many more things that Bette does that I'm like, you're such a coward. Bette even makes Tina tell the dad that she's pregnant. Bette should have done that. She's like, Tina, you want to tell him? And Tina's like, okay, I guess. Like, Bette, handle your shit. Are you kidding me? And then Tina goes on to like try and diffuse the situation and be like, look, this is what it is. We're using we're using an African American donor. We want you to love our baby. This is something we want. Like, she goes on to do this like speech that's beautiful. And Melvin still sucks, but Tina is such a good fucking person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so sad about it. The whole situation.
The whole situation is very sad.
Yeah.
And also, like, in the car ride there, the way that she was treating Tina. So she's nasty to Tina about Tina told told Kit that her dad was in town because,
yes.
and it wasn't like, oh, hey, Kit, your dad's in town. It was like, Kit just happened to be there when she was getting, like,
because she was bringing her prenatals.
Yeah.
Kit brought Tina prenatal vitamins.
Yeah. She was so sweet. And like, it was kind of one of those things that, like, if she didn't tell her, she was like making up a lie.
Right.
And she didn't want to lie to Kit. Yeah. And so now Bette is mad at Tina and is like treating her terribly for not lying to Kit.
Yeah.
And so she's like putting Tina in a horrible position and then is mad at her about it.
She makes everything Tina's fault. Like, Tina can't do anything right. Bette is still going to find a way to be critical of her and like make it her fault in some way.
Yeah. And then like in the car when they pull up to the restaurant, she's like, Tina, get out of the car and wave at my dad. Are you waving? Tina, wave. And it's just like or at the hotel, she's just like being so mean to her, and then makes Tina like give up her seat and go in the back, and then just basically completely ignores her the whole time.
I know.
And talks to her dad. And then like just, I don't know, the whole time. And when her dad does not handle it well, she like doesn't defend Tina.
No, Tina defends Bette. Tina defended Bette. And what was so sad to me about it was, and then this is where Bette gets like my sympathies back, because Jennifer Beals is just such an incredible actress. And when Jennifer Beals plays sad Bette, it makes me so sad. But like, I wrote down that Bette's devastation at her father's rejection is the same devastation that Kit has had about her father for decades now. Mm. Right. And Bette's finally getting a taste of Melvin's rejection. And you would hope that that would give her some understanding into Kit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But instead, Kit is still, I loved Kit in this episode. Kit goes and defends Bette like her life depends on it. And it seems like it had been 13 years since Melvin and Kit had a conversation. And for Kit to break that no contact, to go and say, like, my baby sister thinks you are a god, basically. She thinks you are Superman. Don't do this to her, Mm. And I was like, oh, like I love Kit. Kit's such a good big sister.
She really, really is. And she does not get like the credit from Bette.
No.
Or that Bette doesn't recognize how good of a sister she is.
Yeah, not yet anyway. Hopefully they can grow. Like, it's such a difficult relationship. Like, of course, anytime there's like any type of addiction and things like that in families, like, it's a hard relationship, but God, Kit's such a good sister no matter what. Like, she's just so good to Bette. And she tries to get Bette to see, because she asked this, well, there's two things that Kit said to Bette. One was, what did you expect? He's a bigot in his own right. Someone has to talk sense into you about that man. Like, Kit wants Bette to see Melvin for who he really is, but at the same time goes to Melvin and is like, don't do it. I know this is who you are. If there's any time to change, it's now. Bette needs you in this situation, right? And then Kit also said to Bette, what do you trade to feel his pride? Yeah. That was so poignant and heartbreaking at the same time, because what Bette is trading is her identity. Bette is tuning and tuning herself down. What is that? Like minimizing herself in order to keep her dad's acceptance and love. Mm-hmm. And she's doing it in front of Tina at that restaurant. And Tina's like, no, like, let me try and make this better so that Bette, you can be seen, I can be seen, and Melvin can understand. And then maybe it's all going to be okay. And then Tina just ends up leaving.
Yeah. Also, that waiter could not read a room.
Oh my God. That fucking waiter. He was like, what was the girl's name in Love Lies Bleeding who kept being there? It's like,
Daisy.
Daisy. Can I tell you about the specials? Our family's falling apart. Go away. My dad hates me. My dad's a bigot and he's proving it. And I have my girlfriend here is pregnant. Like, the sea bass is raspberry infused artichokes. I don't care. Oh my God. That was, it was a needed comedic relief for sure. We weren't ready as a society to sit in our feelings about this conversation. We needed that waiter to be like, so let me break some tension for the crowd at home watching this.
I bet that actor had fun doing that.
Oh, yeah. But how hard would it have been to be an actor, be Jennifer Beals or Laurel Holloman in that situation and being trying to keep the nuanced pain of rejection of a father or father figure. And then this waiter's just coming in making up different specials every time, which I'm sure he was ad-libbing stuff. Because he literally said raspberry infused artichoke hearts. I was like, is that a thing? Is that actually a thing?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm not even going to Google that because it's not something I will ever eat, even if it is a thing. Not an artichoke girl. Oh my gosh. So that's basically the whole episode.
Yep.
What'd you think overall?
Yeah, a lot of drama. I just feel like there's some certain people in this episode that just really need to get it together and clean up their act.
Yeah. You want to name them?
Yeah, I will name them. Jenny.
Uh-huh.
Bette.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna throw in a little bit of the PDA situation with Tina and Lara.
You really don't like it.
That was, yeah. And let's just say also Tim.
Yeah.
Because
for sure.
I did not like that cop interaction.
Yeah.
Also, undercover cop homophobic guy.
Yeah.
You may not reappear again, but you're out there somewhere. Get it together, man. Please just have a little soul searching. Thank you.
It's okay that you like men. It's okay.
It's perfectly
it's
fine.
Fine.
Sir.
I'm going to throw in Melvin too. Get your fucking act together, sir.
Melvin.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah. Melvin, find peace and love within yourself.
And love your daughters. They're really cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So our next book we're doing is Cleat Cute, everyone, because again, we need a break from trauma. And we hope you read it. And maybe Megan Rapinoe and Sue Bird will listen to our little podcast episode on it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Hey, shout out Megan, Sue.
And Megan just had her retirement, her number retired at Seattle Reign.
That's really great for you, Megan.
Yeah. And this player on the team that got a picture with Megan Rapinoe when she was like 6 or whatever, and now she's like on Seattle Reign. She scored during that game that Megan's there, obviously, and she did her iconic celebration.
Oh,
I was like, that was so cute. Oh my God.
I love that.
Yeah, it was really sweet.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. Megan and Sue, give us a little listen.
You don't even have to talk about it. If you listen to us talk about the book, we'd love that. You don't even have to tell us. Hi, we love you over here. We got a soccer girly and a basketball girly, but we love both of you, both of us. Nice. They can't see you winking. We are a audio medium platform.
I put these on YouTube.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you do that. Great. Okay, you guys, we seriously love you. And we will talk to you next week. I don't know if we're doing Cleat Cute next week because I don't know if I can get my act together before then, but I'm going to try. But that would be really close back-to-back books. It's closer than we've ever done. It'd be like we were actually a book club podcast.
Crazy.
So anyway, bye.
Bye.